This evening, Ghana Police Force investigating the fatal shooting of Ministerial Advisor Olato Sam. Two are in custody. Parliament approves Electronic Communications and Transactions Bill, boosting digital economy and e-commerce. Teacher receives 8 weeks prison sentence for assaulting peace officer. In the region, ancient whale found in Peru may be the heaviest animal ever. And internationally, PRO-COUP protest continues in Niger as Biden urges BAZOUM's release. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for August 4th, 2023. I am Baby Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. First up, police are investigating the fatal shooting of advisor to the Minister of Education, 53-year-old Olato Sam of Youth Place, South Renville Park, Georgetown, which occurred around 12:30 this morning, August 4th, 2023, in the vicinity of Gold Rush Bar at Pleasance Railway Embankment on the east coast of Demerara. Inquiries disclosed that around 11:15 hours last evening, Sam went to the Gold Rush Bar where he met 3 of his friends and were socializing outside the bar. Just after midnight, a fight broke out between the 2 men on the opposite side of the bar. 2 loud explosions, which sounded like gunshots, were heard from the direction of the 2 men. A few seconds later, Sam fell to the ground. Realizing that he had gotten shot, his friends took him to the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. When the body was examined, what appeared to be a gunshot wound was seen to the upper left side chest. The body is at the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation's mortuary, awaiting a post-mortem examination. The 2 men involved in the fight were arrested and are in police custody assisting with the investigations. The National Assembly has given the green light for the Electronic Communications and Transactions Bill of 2023, a significant step towards advancing electronic commerce and digital transactions within the country. The bill's passage paves the way for secure and efficient electronic transactions by authenticating electronic communications and transactions. Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, Warren H. Waldron, emphasized the importance of this bill in modernizing the state and meeting the demands of the 21st century. The legislation introduces provisions for legal recognition of electronic transactions, technology requirements, and an administrative framework. While the bill covers various electronic transactions, sensitive areas such as making wills or transferring property interest remains exempt, ensuring conventional requirements are upheld. Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips highlighted the bill's role in fostering trust and confidence in electronic transactions, ensuring electronic records hold the same legal standing as their paper counterparts. The bill emphasizes access to information in hard copy forms for citizens without electronic means to ensure inclusivity. The legislation is expected to support the implementation of e-governance, enhancing the delivery of government services through electronic record keeping and retrieval. We tell you now that a teacher has been sentenced to 8 weeks in prison for assaulting a peace officer when he appeared at the Sparna Magistrates Court on Tuesday, August 2nd. 29-year-old Shamir Basika, a teacher from Cummins-La, Georgetown, appeared before Magistrate Liverpool, where the charge was read to him and he pleaded guilty. The court heard that on Monday, August 1st, Basika assaulted a peace officer and was arrested. Considering the seriousness of the offense and the importance of upholding the law, the court handed down a sentence of 8 weeks imprisonment. Stick around when we return. Clampdown. Certificates of fitness revoked for 10 lorries. And Ghana Police Force apprehended an individual with 27 pounds of marijuana at Kamaka Mines Junction.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brick Dam and White Castle Fish Shop, be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Smart Minds Educational Institute, offering preschool, nursery, and primary levels. Finally, a school that is every parent's dream. Located at 69 Crow Street, offering academic excellence, trained qualified teachers, small class sizes, personalized care, and one-to-one attention for your little ones. At Smart Minds, register for full-time or evening classes, daily practice pass exam papers for proficiency at the grade 2, 4, and 6 assessment, and CXE exam preparedness. Or join our Becca Phonics reading and writing program. So if your child is for preschool, nursery, or primary level, come to Smart Mind, located at 69 Street, or call 231-4885 or 600-9229 to enroll now.
Hello, my fellow TikToker followers. Here's credit. And today, we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and spice cake. For the noodles, all these will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, white spice, and all-purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinated, soak for all you don't know nothing with peppies, green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
Pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, dark seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and document plantain flour, and then this butter we make with this quick piece powder, and we
boil in high. We serve with peppies, barbecue sauce. Radical went to the supermarket and she papa buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. He shaped like a guy in a map.
Peppies has a wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide. Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Welcome back. A recent traffic enforcement exercise on the Friendship Public Road resulted in the revocation of certificates of fitness for 10 motor lorries. The operation, aimed at enhancing road safety and ensuring vehicle compliance, also led to a total of 21 cases being made for various traffic violations. Led by Sergeant Haynes and Corporal Halley, along with a team of traffic ranks, the enforcement exercise targeted motor lorries. It unveiled a range of infractions, including maintenance of tires, unlighted motor vehicles, faulty packing of loads, and breaches of the prescribed fitness conditions. In another traffic exercise, this time on the east coast of the Marara, traffic ranks joined forces with members of the Road Safety Council in Regional Police Division 4C. The collaboration resulted in a comprehensive operation that saw a significant number of cases being made, 104 in total. The violations recorded during the East Coast Marara exercise encompass a wide range of traffic-related offenses, with notable cases including failing to wear seatbelts, tint violations, breaches of prescribed fitness, failure to carry a conductor, and various driving-related offenses. In a recent incident, police officers conducting roadblock exercise at Kamaka Mines Junction in Linden intercepted a black note motor car with registration plates PZZ 82168 driven by Keenan Fraser. Observing the vehicle speeding towards the roadblock, the officers attempted to halt it, prompting a chase. The pursuit ended in the car veering off the trail and landing on its side. The officers found Fraser was the sole occupant in the vehicle. A black garbage bag and the front passenger seat was also discovered, containing leaves, seeds, and stems suspected to be cannabis. Fraser was arrested and taken to the Mackenzie police station. The narcotics was weighed in his presence and amounted to 27 pounds, with a street value of more than $11 million. Fraser remains in custody, pending further investigations and potential charges related to the incident. Don't go away. After the break, Donald Trump pleads not guilty at arraignment for 2020 election indictment, and PRO-COUP protest continues in Niger as Biden urges BAZOUM release.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for do a surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lenders, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Hello, my fellow TikToker followers. He is Credit, and today all we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and spice cake. For the noodles, all these will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, white spice, and all-purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinated, soak for all you who don't know nothing with peppies, green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
Pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, dark seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and document plantain flour, and then this butter we make with this quick piece powder, and we
boil in high. We serve with peppies, barbecue sauce. Radical went to the supermarket and she proper buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. He shaped like a guy in a map.
Peppies has a wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide. Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
Smart Minds Educational Institute, offering preschool, nursery, and primary levels. Finally, a school that is every parent's dream. Located at 69 Crow Street, offering academic excellence, trained qualified teachers, small class sizes, personalized care, and one-to-one attention for your little ones. At Smart Minds, register for full-time or evening classes, daily practice pass exam papers for proficiency at the grade 2, 4, and 6 assessment, and CXE exam preparedness. Or join our Becca Phonics reading and writing program. So if your child is for preschool, nursery, or primary level, come to Smart Mind, located at 69 Crow Street, or call 231-4885 or 600-9229 to enroll now.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brick Dam and White Castle Fish Shop, be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Welcome back. Now let's take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world. In Peru, the remains of what may have been the largest and heaviest animal to have ever lived are now on display. While the blue whale has a long-held heavyweight title, the discovery of this ancient species of whale could tip the scales. Al Jazeera's Kulsum Sharif reports.
Unveiled in Peru, a new heavyweight contender for the largest animal to have ever lived. On display in Lima is the partial skeleton of Peresotus colossus, or the colossal whale from Peru. At 20 meters long and weighing 340 tons, it may outmuscle the current title holder of the largest known animal.
It's an exceptional discovery. It's heavier than a blue whale, the largest animal that has existed and that currently exists on our planet. This animal lived 39 million years ago in the Peruvian Sea.
The massive fossils were discovered by paleontologist Mario Urbina more than a decade ago. An international team has spent years digging the remains from the side of a steep rocky slope in the Ica Desert. The region was once underwater and is known for its marine fossil discoveries.
The truth is that it has been one of the strangest discoveries of my career. I got out of the window of a moving car fighting with the driver who did not want to take me to the site because it was very far in the desert, and well, now, here are the results.
Excavated so far, 13 vertebrae, 4 ribs and a hip bone. But the skull or teeth haven't been found.
It lived at the bottom of the sea in a coastal zone, and it fed with food found in that depth. It was a hefty animal.
Researchers say the discovery is shifting the timeline in whale evolution, indicating they evolved to massive sizes much earlier than previously thought. And this museum display not only presents the contender for the heaviest animal yet, it's also rewriting the history of aquatic animals. Kulsum Sharif, Al Jazeera.
Former U.S. President Donald Trump faces 4 criminal charges over his push to overturn the 2020 U.S. election results. The case is the 3rd criminal indictment filed against the Republican frontrunner since March. Al Jazeera's Alan Fisher reports.
Donald Trump wants to return to Washington as president, but he couldn't get out of town fast enough after his most recent court appearance, claiming the charges against him were about blocking his route back to the Oval Office.
When you look at what's happening, this is a persecution of a political opponent. This was never supposed to happen in America.
In a 27-minute federal court appearance, he pled not guilty to 4 charges. Supporters gathered outside the courthouse, far fewer than predicted, far fewer than the Trump camp expected.
Trump's going to march on. He's probably going to get more popular. Just this scene alone will make him more popular right here.
The former president faces 4 charges, 3 of conspiracy to undermine the results of the 2020 election, 1 of obstruction. His claims of voter fraud and irregularities led his supporters to storm the Capitol, trying to stop the peaceful transfer of power. His defense, America's First Amendment, the right of free speech.
He's already been saying he's going to talk about the First Amendment, that he had a right to say whatever he wants. And while it's true you do have the right to say whatever you want, he went many steps beyond saying whatever he wanted. It's the actions that he took. It's the extra effort that he went to.
3 criminal indictments, 2 congressional impeachments, and a former president who's seen no real damage done to his reputation among Republicans. He still remains the party's favourite to win the presidential nomination. And that might not change, even if he's got to spend weeks off the campaign trail defending himself in federal court. Alan Fisher, Al Jazeera, Washington.
And internationally, Niger's coup leader have promised to respond to any aggression by West African countries whose deadline to restore order in Niger expires in days. The generals also declared they will end military agreement with former Western ally France. Al Jazeera's Charles Stratford reports.
Hundreds march in the streets of Niger's capital, Niamey, a show of support for a military coup that has shaken many West African countries and their international backers because of the potential security implications for the entire region.
The French army must get out of Niger. There's no reason for them to be in Niger. They are the terrorists.
Defence ministers from ECOWAS met for a second day in the Nigerian capital Abuja to discuss how to resolve the crisis. The Regional Economic and Security Organisation says military intervention in Niger could be a last resort. The leader of Niger's coup is refusing to back down, but says he hopes for a peaceful solution.
We've always been humble enough to listen to all the parties concerned and open to dialogue so that everyone's emotions have subsided. We can work together to create the conditions for a peaceful transition, leading in a relatively short and reasonable time to general elections, but above all to a better approach in our fight against terrorism and other economic and social ills.
Senegal says it would participate in an ECOWAS military operation if the regional bloc is forced to intervene.
Why should our soldiers go there? They are going for 2 reasons. The first is because we are in a community organization that has decided that, and that is called ECOWAS. Senegal is an international signatory. We can't be a member of ECOWAS without subscribing to the decisions taken by it.
France, the former colonial power to which coup supporters have directed much of their anger, said it had completed an evacuation of over 1,000 people, almost 600 of them French. This is the 7th coup in West Africa in recent years. Since the military leadership in Mali and Burkina Faso forced French and UN troops to leave, Niger was seen as one of the last bastions of an international effort to defeat armed groups like ISIS and Al-Qaeda. France and the US have bases in Niger. Russia has condemned the coup, but some demonstrators have carried Russian flags. West African countries and their Western backers fear the Russian mercenary group Wagner, already helping Mali and Burkina Faso fight armed groups, may step into a security vacuum and offer Niger help also. According to ECOWAS, terror attacks are on the rise, and there are fears that armed groups responsible could take advantage of a further deterioration in the security situation. The new head of ECOWAS, Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu, had raised concerns about the regional bloc's ability to prevent more coups and fight armed groups. And that was before the military takeover in Niger. How ECOWAS responds in the coming days while avoiding a violent escalation is one of the biggest challenges this region has faced in decades. Charles Stratford, Al Jazeera, Dakar.
This brings us to the end of our regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 3D weather forecast. And that's FTV2 Headline News for this Friday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. You can tune in on Monday at 7 p.m. for more news. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other, and do have a wonderful weekend.